Hello everyone. Um, I have another little product review tutorial thing with a Dollar Tree item. Uh, I was out shopping with a friend. We did some thrift stores and some Dollar Trees, and I happened to go down the kids aisle, the toy aisle basically, and these little pom-pom tassel kits were on the wall. Sometimes you can find some really fun things in the children's craft section. For $1, it's sometimes worth trying it out and playing with it. Sorry for the glare. Now, when I saw this, I thought it was to make tassels as well as pom-poms. I'm not a real big pom-pom person per se, but I thought, okay, sure, there might be a simpler way than I know to make tassels. Now, I know how to make tassels, and I thought, well, maybe there's some little gadget that would make tassels. Well, guess what? This does not make tassels. This makes this little pom-pom topped tassel is the deal with the kit. It has a PomPom Maker in it, which is really cute, and for $1, I think pretty well worth it. If you like pom-poms, I made this cute little pom-pom out of some very fine lace weight yarn, and I'm going to show you some. I wanted to play with some other fibers, and I think it would be fun to make these to use on our journals, on other things. I think, they'd be fun. So I thought I'd show you what's in here and make a pom-pom or two. The kit includes instructions, which are real simple but don't give you a lot of hints. I have a couple of hints that I would like to pass along as well. This is the PomPom Maker. It comes in 2 pieces, and it makes a pretty good size pom-pom. I'm not unhappy with the size of the pom-pom. I certainly wouldn't want one any bigger. It has 2 little tassels in it that are very pretty. It has some little beads in it, and maybe sometime I will put the pom-poms on the tassels, but that's not really what I wanted to do today. I suppose I could. Maybe I could just go ahead and finish one. We'll see. Depends on the day. It has 3 little bundles of yarn so that you can make a multicolored tassel, which I guess that's what we'll do today. These 2 pieces, you need them both. And the instructions are pretty good. The first thing it says is to assemble your PomPom Maker tool. Well, by assembly it means to open them up like this, and there is a little catch on them right here. It catches like that, and the thing doesn't open completely, so you open it and open the tool out like that. Now you have to do that to both pieces. But then assembly means simply to lay these 2 pieces together. Now there's little balls on this side and little holes on that side, so they will kind of, they don't snap, you just have to hold them. So as far as a child doing this, I think they would be very frustrated very quickly. This little thing does not do anything at this point to hold these together. Now if this swung down and closed, yeah, but you have to just hold them. Okay, then it tells you to start wrapping your yarn around the double arm until it is full. Now, when you go, it also says wrap the other side to match. Do not cut the yarn when you move onto the other side. So if you want your pom-pom to be multicolors, which that's what we'll do. Let's see, first you have to get it undone, Tanya. Oh, I guess it's tied in a little we go. Okay, so first we have to find an end. Okay, see, it fell apart when I laid it down. So that's one thing. This is not really a good kid's toy. Not until they have some pretty decent dexterity. And I found it easiest to just get it started with holding one side. And just start your yarn and start wrapping. Be careful that you wrap all the way around both pieces. Okay, now here's the thing. Jumping back and forth, if you just go straight across like this, it doesn't bend very well. So you need to just go ahead and get your whatever wrap you're doing on this side finished. And you want to kind of cover up the whole thing. And this is pretty thick yarn, so this is basic worsted weight yarn, so it works pretty well as far as filling up the thing. Anything finer is going to take a while to wrap. Okay, so I have this side pretty well covered with my white. So I want to jump across to this other side. My suggestion is to make sure that when you jump across, you've got enough for it to fold, because if you don't, it will pull when you go to do the next step. So I just kind of wrapped it around like that and then closed it to make sure it was going to do what I wanted it to do. Just don't pull it too tight in that spot. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to just keep wrapping. And it gets easier once you don't have to hold the two pieces together, that your yarn's holding it together. Okay. I'm going to just cut that piece loose. See, and that it does do that, so you kind of have to just hold it. Let's make some purple. I think this would be a fun little toy, especially if you like pom-poms. And I think that we can think up some things to do with these pom-poms, so I'll be working on that idea. Okay, now since this one is the one that's got the loose thread, I'm going to start my thread over here and just hold it. And that just kind of helps to hold it down together. Now, one of the things that the instructions do not tell you is to make sure that you cover the entire half circle piece. Okay? Let's move you in just a little bit more. Okay. See, there's white. If I want a line of purple, I need to cover the whole thing. And you don't want to just do it in the middle. If you just do it in the middle, that's not what works. You have to kind of go all the way from edge to edge. Meaning from this edge to that edge. It's the whole half circle. And I'm not going to worry terribly that I covered up every single piece of white, but I'm going to kind of make sure. Now, again, when you jump across to your other piece, make sure that that is loose enough that it doesn't bind when you close it. You've got to have enough yarn to bend. Another thing it didn't tell you is when it is full. And that is important, because if it's not full, your pom-pom is going to get very loose and come apart very easily. So you want to make sure that you get this thing full. Well, when is it full? It's full when it's flat right across there. Okay, you need that to be flat. See how it's got a little indentation right there? Just a little bit of thread is still needed. Yarn is still needed in there. Now I'm going to tell you they did not give you enough yarn to make 2 pom-poms. I'm quite sure. So that's you know, at the same time, Dollar Tree carries yarn, so you know that's, they do have yarn. Now this last color is not going to have as much because I'm not going to have as much room. Uh-oh. Don't get caught right there. It does that sometimes. Okay, we got to jump across to this other one. Okay, now can you see how this is definitely sticking out right there? That's what we want. We want it to stick out right there. And then we just close the 2 pieces together. We squash them, and these little white pieces close down on this. See that right there? You close it down. And you turn this one over, and you squeeze it together, and you close it down. Once it's closed like that, if this is full and tight, it will hold on to your thread, your yarn, so that you can get the piece tied once you get it cut. So you want that to be nice and tight in there. And then you just start cutting it right down the middle where the 2 pieces come together. Now I've got some pieces that are pulled in between the hinges right there because of it going across, and I have a little spot right there that was pulled across. That's those ones where we went from one side to the other. So now you see it's all cut loose, but it's not falling apart because it's nice and tight in there. And I'm just going to take a piece of this nice white yarn, and I'm going to slide my yarn in between the 2 little blue disc thingies the 2 little half circles, the PomPom Maker thing. And I am going to pull it down and pull it nice and snug. Then I'm going to flip it around and do that again because frankly, 2 strands down in there is probably a good idea. And at this point, I'm going to tie a knot. So that means I need to tie it a couple of times. Okay. And now we just open up these little white latches. And then we can open up our little PomPom Maker and take it right off. Okay, so see that one is where it crossed over and it was caught a little bit. And isn't that just cute? So now I'm going to give it a haircut because some of the pieces are sticking out. And we have a pom-pom. It may need another little haircut. I'll have to look at it later. I really liked it better with the finer yarn. Just me. I'm just not. I think this is just a pom-pom and this one's more better. Right? This one's just cuter. But I thought we would try it with a couple of other fibers. If you're not bored to tears already. So I am going to put the thing back together. Just hold it, lay it there. And this happens to be cotton cord from Dollar Tree. It's just like a baker's twine. And they've had it in the craft section in different colors. And I think you guys have seen me haul it. I've picked up several colors of it, and I just thought I would try it and see what it looks like to make a pom-pom with. So we are just going to get it started here. And this is reasonably thick cord, so I thought it would be reasonably fast doing this. And I may cut out some of it just so you don't have to watch me do it all. So I'm going to be quiet so I can cut that out. But I am just going to wrap it just like I did before, making sure you wrap from one side to the other, getting the whole thing done. Okay, so we have this nice, oh, and it's really fat in there. So we're going to have to really squeeze it to get it down. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and cut this piece so that I have it ready. One of the things you might not want to think about is if you're going to make pom-poms like this and you want to use them on your journals, you want a reasonably long tie piece so that you can tie it to, say, a paper clip or something like that. Hopefully I'll be able to, I'll do another video and tell you how can we use pom-poms, but I will always be open to suggestions. So if you have an idea of how you might use a pom-pom, make sure to comment on it down below. And if you comment on my video down below and like the video by giving it a thumbs up, there might be a surprise at the end. Okay, so I have that all cut loose. Now on this one, there's a few more long fibers. See how they stick out a little bit? But that's okay. I am going to squash this into there. You just slide your thread in between the two discs. And when you pull it, the reason it's not latched together is because those little bumps that fit into the openings on the other side just release and let you put your thread through. So I'm just going back and doing a second tie. I need to start cutting my thread a little longer. Okay, so there's my pom-pom. Now let's release these little clips. And open it up. Sometimes with heavier threads you might have to, with stiffer threads, this is kind of stiff. Okay, now let's give it a little haircut because, like I said, I got a few that are sticking out. Oh, I kind of like that. It looks kind of, as the fibers untwist in this, that ought to be really fun. I like that. Okay, let's give it a little haircut. Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, I like the baker's twine. I really think it's kind of cute with the baker's twine. The more you play with the baker's twine, the more that it untwists and gives you that kind of fluffy look, which I really like. There we go. Where's the long skinny things? All right. Yes. Oh, I like that one. And this is from my lace weight yarn. And this one is from the yarn that they gave me in the kit. Now, these are all about, say, 1.5 inches or so. Now, here's the thing about putting this one together with the kit. What it says you're supposed to do is, let me see what it says. You are supposed to take this That's very interesting because they're showing this not attached to the tassel, which is very interesting. You're supposed to put beads onto this thing, and there's no way those beads are going on there. I suppose if I put this, let's just put it this way, these instructions would not function. It says tie the finished pom-pom with the tassel, beads, and yarn. You can see that? Okay, first off, the tassel is attached. It does not have a thing there. There's no way these beads, I can tell you from looking at the hole, are going to go on to that. I don't think so. Let's open it and see. Maybe I'm wrong. Uh-oh. Bead escape. That's not going through there. Now, I could get some embroidery floss. I could tie it together. I could use a smaller thread and a needle and put it through the beads. I might get these two through there. I can get one of them through there. But then And I might be able to put that over the tassel. Let's just put it this way. I'll have to figure it out a different way because, quite frankly, that doesn't work. Now, I think these two things are fun, and for $1, I think that they would make some cute little projects for our journals. But as far as making this tassel pom-pom thing, it's a fail. As far as you letting a child do this and hold it together, especially a 6-year-old, my son had a tremendous amount of fine motor skills when he was young, but I cannot imagine him doing this at 6. Brandon did a lot of beadwork and all kinds of things at, say, 8. But at 6, I think he'd have been very frustrated with this thing. So I'm glad I wasn't not buying it for a child and that I was buying it for me. I love the Baker's Twine fluffy. I like the lace weight yarn fluffy. I'm not real into this kind of a pom-pom. I'm thinking that it would be a lot of fun to make one with this embroidery floss. It's going to take a while to wrap, and I don't want to have to make you sit here and watch, but you might check. I will add maybe some pictures in the beginning or in the end, so double check and see if I've made another one with the embroidery floss. I'll probably make one that's multicolored with the embroidery floss. It's leftovers, it's scrap. I really like the Baker's Twine one, and I think that it'd be fun to attach it to a paper clip and just paper clip it into your journal. I think that our Abandoning Perfection journal needs some odd, some strange kind of journal jewelry, and I think that a fluffy pom-pom might be fun. These tassels are pretty, and for the $1, there's 2 beautiful tassels here that could be used, and there's some fun beads. I just don't see how you're going to get them. Even with a floss threader, I don't think that's going to go through there, and I don't see how you're supposed to tie that together. I mean, I can think up ways, but I mean, I can tie it to this, but that doesn't put the top of the tassel to make a hanger the way they're showing it. So, now then, for those of you who stuck with this rambling video, I purchased 2 of these. So I have an extra one. And what I am going to do is, please like the video. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you have any ideas for using tassels, please comment in the comments below. But if you would like to win this and have me send it to you, put a comment down below. And on August 1st at 5 p.m. when I do my oh, you know what? I might make the decision earlier in the day on August 1st and announce it. I'm not sure what day the 1st is. So I'm going to pick a winner on August 1st, and then I will announce it possibly not until the 2nd. But I will do a little video on the 2nd or so, or I will announce it somehow in a live stream if I'm live on the 1st, because I'm not sure what day that is. But whoever's winning this on the 1st, I am going to use a random comment picker. So make sure you comment down below. Only one comment, because you can comment multiple times if you wish, but only one comment will count, because it will take off, the random comment picker will take off any comments from the same person. Make sure you're subscribed. Please like the video. If you think about it, share the video, and maybe somebody else will have fun too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I did. It was fun. For $1, I like the little doodad. I do like the little doodad. And for $1, I will use these tassels in something. And I might even make a puffy that I like the yarn from. I just don't like this kind of yarn with it. I just don't. That's just me. So I'll probably do something that I think I like with this and maybe figure out a way to actually make the tassel work. Okay, guys. Let me read you a quote from our 1001 Ways to Creativity and then get this mess cleaned up off my table. Let's see. Where's that page? Music is the art of thinking with sounds. I like that. Jules Camemberio. Can't say it. Okay, guys. Go have fun. Make some art. Bye-bye.